Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As man oh man, guys, do I have a very special announcement for every single one of you. And I'd like to let all of you know that I'll be making my very special announcement in my next video. It's been something that I've been working on for a very long time. And I think everyone in the XRP army will be absolutely ecstatic to hear it. That being said, I also want to wish XRP a very special 11th birthday, as this is the day that XRP Ledger officially launched. June 2nd, 2012 is a special day for the XRP army's history, and I can't stress this enough. And while on the topic of XRP, we have to talk about this lawsuit very quickly, as Ray Fuentes, community manager at Link2, stated just a couple days ago. I'm getting text messages from very interesting people saying it's over. It's over. I can't say any more. And while we have heard this before, it's interesting coming from Ray. Now I want you to take a brief listen, and then we'll get into it.
We know where this case is going. It's just, like I said, it's a matter of time. And the fact that Ripple is available on our platform, I believe at an extreme discount in the grand scheme of things, that it's a no-brainer, man. I can't believe that we haven't been fully subscribed yet today. Right now, PolySign is fully subscribed on our platform. That means, we sold out, but thankfully we're bringing back another batch tomorrow. So be prepared for us for a reload at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
So also from your personal experience, obviously, if Ripple were to IPO, they'd most likely have to wait till the case is over. Would you put a guess on, how long after the case is over they might flip the switch to an IPO, if they were to IPO?
Well, there would be a standardized, let's just say, like a lockup period, which typically runs like 30 to 60 days. Don't quote me on that, but there's a lockup period to essentially maintain liquidity within the market, so there's no dumping and things like that, safeguards, if you want to say. And so I want to got to be conscious of that. Will there be a flip of the switch moment? Who knows? To be determined. But I mean, I'm getting text messages from very interesting people saying it's over, and so I just. I don't want to. I can't say anymore.
Oh, Ray, we're gonna have to have a nice little talk, brother, because that right there is special. Link2 is a platform that sells Ripple stock, and right now they're having a massive discount. That's interesting to note. Could that Ripple discount be in anticipation of a future IPO in not too long? Maybe. I'm only here to speculate just like the rest of you. But if I know Ray, and I do, his sources are probably some high-level people discussing what's going on in the background in regards to this Ripple case. We all know that this case has been nothing but quicksand for Ripple and XRP progress over the past couple years. But it's finally over. One way or another, like Brad Garlinghouse stated, we're weeks away. And all that means to me is how special of a moment it's going to be very soon for us to finally be allowed to freely trade, freely exist, and freely have XRP utility in the United States. I can't stress enough how excited I am for every single one of you to witness what XRP can do. And due to all the recent developments, including the ones that I showed in my previous video, I believe we're genuinely finally at the end. In addition, guys, from Mr. Man XRP, who's absolutely been killing it with the XRP content recently, please give him a follow. He posted this video of the CEO of Crunchfish mentioning Ripple and Stellar working alongside central banks, and they're now aware of Crunchfish, who offers offline payment solutions. Crunchfish is partnered with the BIS as well, and with the BIS having all these new projects and pilots out, specifically regarding XRP-like use cases. It's just interesting, and yet another domino that's falling in our direction as far as I'm concerned. I want you to please take a listen, as there's a very important reason I'm showing this in this specific video.
What we are seeing is simply solutions on hardware. That's it, really. And that's why I think we had this play on that, what the competition does in hardware, Crunchfish can do in software. And it is significant. And I think it was really recognized at this conference that we are very unique in that position in the market. And here is a segment in the market looking at the central banks. And with this conference, I think we have established ourselves as a brand. I don't think many, except the ones that we have approached directly, were really aware of us. And this goes with central banks, but it particularly also goes with the companies that most closely work with the central banks. That would be e-currency, for instance, that we've partnered with. They were there. I met with Mitch Cohen again, who was working with the Bank of Jamaica. But there were many others as well, like Ripple, Stellar, Progressoft, and all are now very aware of who we are. And that would be a good bridge to us, because they are the one that work closely with the central banks, because if central banks going to mint digital currency, they will need some sort of platform in the back end. But these platforms need us in order to have a solution. So I think we established ourselves nicely in the area of central bank digital currency. Next one, we're heading for Cape Town. The conference is Central Bank Payment Conference. It's in late June in Cape Town, and we will be there again.
And ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Crunchfish is helping enable offline payments in an online world. They were at the Digital Euro Conference, rubbed shoulders with central bankers, Ripple, Stellar, IBM, many others who were sponsors of the Digital Euro Conference. Remember that they are partnered with the Bank for International Settlements. And what all of you need to remember is that we're going into a digital payments age. But also remember that I think we need a crisis. We need a problem reaction solution scenario to get into the new financial world, the new digital financial world, and they have to justify the solutions that they want to force onto us. We know Ripple's working on their central bank digital currency platform, but you also need to understand that this new digital payments platform needs to work in the event of blackouts, in the event of cyber attacks, in the event of a black swan-like event that we actually suspect could come. As we've covered on this channel, the elites of the world have a plan and have a order to the way they do things. And a lot of us speculate we could be heading into a blackout-like crisis, a cyber attack-like crisis. And the predictive programming for that style of event has begun. I'm going to cap off this video for today with leaving you with a CBS clip of them talking about a massive potential cyber attack on the US power grid. From who? Russia, of course. Build up the anti-Russia narrative. Build up the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Build up the cyber attack narrative as well. And in the meantime, have the Crunchfish offline payment solution ready for after the financial system implodes as a direct result. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is only speculation, as we have to do on this channel in order to predict future events. But guess what? We've been really accurate over the past couple years of what has been coming. Nobody thought all the bank failures would happen, boom, like clockwork, they arrive. And just like clockwork, this XRP case is about to be over. And on this special day, on XRP's beautiful 11th birthday, I'm gonna make a legendary announcement, which I hope all of you really enjoy. Please stay tuned for my next video, as this has been something that I've been very passionate about. And it's a way I'm gonna be able to give back to the entire XRP army. Stay tuned for that one, as I leave you with this. The narratives are building. XRP adoption is coming. And all I ever ask every single one of you to do is stay the course. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Well, tonight, the nation's intelligence agencies are warning of cyber threats from Russia and are urging U.S. critical infrastructure defenses to be reinforced. As CBS's Bill Whitaker reported on Sunday night's 60 Minutes, it wouldn't take much to throw the entire country into darkness.
The grid is a sprawling target. There are actually 3 in the U.S., the Eastern, Western, and Texas has its own. Most of us rarely notice substations. There are 55,000 across the country, each housing transformers, the workhorses of the grid. Inside these massive metal boxes, raw electricity is converted to higher or lower voltages. Should a transformer explode, like this one in Manhattan during Superstorm Sandy, the system is designed to trigger a localized grid-preserving blackout. But if several sections of the grid go down at the same time, the shutdowns can cascade like dominoes. That's what set off the Great Northeast Blackout in 2003, leaving 45 million Americans without power. A few months before the assault on Metcalf, John Wellinghoff of FERC commissioned a study to see if a physical attack on critical transformers could trigger cascading blackouts.
It was actually a very shocking result to us that there's very few number of substations you need to take out in the entire United States to knock out the entire grid.
Knock out the entire grid?
That's correct.
How many would it take to knock out putting the entire country in a blackout?
Less than 20.
And Bill Whitaker joins us now. So, Bill, just 20 substations to knock out the entire system? I mean, that's unbelievable. But your reporting is it could be even less than that.
That's right, Nora. That report was from 2013, and it actually found the number was even lower, 9. Taking out just 9 critical substations could black out the whole country. We were told by multiple sources that the number has not changed much, that less than 20 is a fair assessment.
Well, what can the government do or anybody do about this?
Spend money, and spend it on 2 things. 1, to increase the capacity of these high-powered transmission lines so you decrease their vulnerability to large-scale blackouts. That's already happening through the administration's new infrastructure bill. And 2, invest in better security. But that's not happening right now. Remember, the country's 3,000 power companies are in the business of selling electricity, not national security. And this last point is really important because the threat is real. Just last week, 3 white supremacists pleaded guilty to plotting to attack power grids throughout the country, and they had a plan to hit critical substations simultaneously to cause a massive blackout.
Quite scary. Bill Whitaker, thank you.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution, XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple, who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America. Ripple, who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve. Ripple, a former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division. Ripple, leading Australia's CBDC effort. Ripple, who hired a former Treasury of the United States. Ripple, 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board. Ripple, 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors, former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany, former business director at Swift, former Swift board member, former CFO of PayPal, former head of the DTCC, former chief business officer at Uber, former VP of Amazon, and former SEC chair on their legal team. Ripple, who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website. Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.